So this is Dr. Jackie with my girl, Dr. Heavenly, and we are on
Open and Honest,
yes,
baby.
Open and Honest. And today we had a request to come in to discuss dating an ex-bisexual person.
Wait a minute, what?
Dating an ex-bisexual. And the question said, dating an ex-bisexual man, a guy who has a past of dating guys and girls.
So wait a minute. So what you trying to say is, how is it an ex-bisexual? Because if you attracted to men, right, won't you always be attracted to men?
Well, here's the question. Can you trust him and get married to him that he's not going to want to go back and date men?
You know what? Let's call my boy.
Who?
Funky Dineva. He can always, I don't like to talk about gay and stuff like that, and he always makes me feel comfortable because I don't want to offend anybody.
Right.
On what we talking about. I'm finna call his ass up. What you think?
Because
Let's serve it up.
Give your initial thoughts on the viewers' questions, and I think we probably should ask Funky Dineva.
I'm calling your ass.
And it's
he talking about he eating. Baby. Okay. I'm finna call his ass.
Can you ever
he
really
finna answer
trust
this call
the
talking about
person?
he eating. Damn that. No, I'm finna call him.
Not.
Talking about he eating.
Okay, well, we're going to ask.
That's it. Talking about he eating. We don't care. We want to eat. Stir it up. Can you see him? Listen, we don't care about you eating. We don't care. Ooh, you naked. Ooh. This baby is naked. That's all right. We want you how you are.
Hey, Dr. J.
Hey, how are you?
I've been here trying to cure my hangover, honey. I went out last night with the rich white man trying to find somebody to help me with my rent because it's the first.
Okay.
It is the first, Funky. You got to the fifth to get that shit together, okay?
So today on Open and Honest, we took...
Jackie, I took some tips out your book and ate some pineapple.
So at least you are reading the Queen Bee, so thank you so much. So we have a question we need your help on. One of our viewers submitted a question that she was dating an ex-bisexual man.
Okay.
And they are contemplating getting married, and she wanted to know, could she trust him to date only her? Would he go back to dating men?
Well, see, here's the thing what ladies got to understand about bisexual men. They get so up in arms about men cheating on them with men, but a man will run around with you with 60 or 70 women. You see what I'm saying? So the question is not a matter of his bisexuality. It's a matter of his loyalty. If that man is into you, he's going to be into you. So should she worry? No, I don't think she should worry. She's got to be equally concerned with him running around with a man as she does with him running around with another woman. It's all in his character.
Well, the other question she had is he waited until that he had proposed to her, and she was wondering, is that foul that he waited to tell her
And she in love with him now.
And that's trifling as hell.
On whose part?
On his.
On his part.
Okay.
And she shouldn't go through with it. He bamboozled her.
Do you think it was, if he had made the decision to no longer date men, do you think it was important that he shared that with her?
The thing about it is, Dr. Jackie, I don't know that that's a decision that somebody can definitively make. That's in your nature.
That's all I was saying.
That's in your nature.
In your nature to lie to her or bamboozle her?
Both.
Your nature to be into men. That's not, I don't think that's something that you can just turn off like a light switch. So I don't think that's an offer he could make her, or one that she could take serious.
Well, how should she have reacted? Because the way she reacted was she got really upset about it, and she felt, just like we're saying, that she had been lied to. How would one react if you found out that your partner was dating the opposite sex prior to you?
I mean, you know, we live in an era now of sexual fluidity, and we want people to, you know, I don't know, I don't think somebody's past should dictate their future necessarily. But I do think the bigger issue is the fact that he kept a large part of himself from her and waited until she fell in love to tell her. To be quite honest, and this is going to sound shady, if I was him, I wouldn't have told her.
Really?
I would have told.
And you know me, Funky, I wouldn't have wanted to know. Bitch, if I wasn't gonna find that, I don't want to know.
Definitely say she wants to be blissfully ignorant. I wouldn't have told. What are you gaining out of telling her? If in his heart he not gonna do it no more, and he's not interested no more, and he's only gonna be with her, what were you gaining out of telling her?
But how do you think she would have felt if they had been at his class reunion and somebody named Mike said, hey, this used to be my boyfriend, and she found out like that?
I wouldn't have took his ass to my class reunion. That life I done left alone. We moved on.
Yeah, I mean, I think she would have been devastated. But I think in her choosing to continue to want to be with this man in this relationship, that these are just uncomfortable emotions that she's just going to have to work through. I mean, it comes with the territory.
No, it doesn't come with the territory if you didn't know it.
Right? But you know it now, and you're choosing to continue this relationship.
Well, that's
Did
what
she
she's
choose
trying
to
to
continue?
decide, whether she should continue the relationship or not.
Gotcha. And I think she shouldn't. My honest opinion is I think she shouldn't, and not because the gentleman is bisexual, but because of the simple fact that he waited until they got engaged to spring something on her of this magnitude. That to me is a character flaw.
Now, do you think it's a little different if it's a woman and a man as opposed to a man and a man to find out that he had a previous life with a wife?
So for me, it's no different because I live the life and I understand it. But for women, yeah, I mean, that is huge. A lot of women don't want a man that has slept with another man. And based on what we're taught in societal norms, you know, I guess that's acceptable and that's understandable. But that was a huge secret to keep. That was a huge secret.
And how would you have reacted had you been, and I'm just saying, being that woman and you just found out that your fiance now had a previous life where he was dating men?
That would have been extremely hard for me to get over, simply because the way I'm set up is that you can tell me anything. I'm that dude. You can tell me anything. Like you said, the show is called Open and Honest. You can be open and honest with me, and just as long as it's not detrimental to my well-being or my health, we can work through it.
Would you trust him?
Based on how he did it,
No.
no.
Okay.
Had he been upfront or told me sooner, yes, I can understand somebody not divulging that information on the second date. You know, that's very personal information, and it's somebody that you have to trust and be vulnerable with.
But Funky, don't you think because he said it? I mean, he, like you say, he didn't have to tell her shit. Maybe he felt like, okay, now we're in love. I'm gonna go and be open and honest with her with everything. You know? Because this is off a TV show, right? It's off of what's the name of the show? Where they met each other online.
Love is Blind.
That's Carlton Morton.
Yeah, I ain't never seen it, but that's off the TV show.
That's me and Dr. Zelda friend.
Wait a minute. I know him. Do I know him?
You know him around. He used to be Cynthia Bailey's assistant.
Well, I think I know him. So he
know him?
bisexual.
Child.
Cut.
Wait a minute.
Cut. Don't
Baby.
take that over there.
Oh,
Cut.
okay then. I mean, it's okay. It's okay.
Around.
Okay, so I think I know him. Okay.
Now, we were trying to keep this pretty anonymous. We did not
Well, shit,
meet
it's on
y'all.
TV. It ain't anonymous. We just discussing the show, right? But now that you know it's on the show, and it's paused, it's on the show, then you understand that they met each other and they didn't get to see each other. It was a lot of other stuff in that, you know?
Okay, let me give you guys another scenario. I know y'all read the Queen V a couple of times. When should one tell a partner that they have an STI, like herpes?
Before we had sex.
You know what? I've been in that situation before, and somebody told me afterwards.
Right.
You know, Dr. Jack.
Which STI was it?
Don't answer that. Don't answer that, Quentin.
In a perfect world, some people should tell prior to having sex. The issue is that's very sensitive information, and I think the average person walks around feeling like if I tell them they won't want me.
That's true.
Right,
That's
for
true.
sure.
So they wait until afterwards, which isn't right.
After sex?
Yeah.
After, some people, you know,
Yeah.
especially
But at least they tell you to put on protection though, right?
if
Right.
it's one that's not easily communicable and you're not in your flare-up phase, I think a lot of people withhold.
The flare up phase, nigga.
Stop.
I was angry when the person told me, because don't rob me of the choice.
Choice, yes.
And I'm educated enough that I still probably would have been down with the get down after doing some research. You definitely should tell somebody before, but I understand why people don't. Because if somebody walked up to you, Dr. Heavenly, and said, "Oh, girl, I'm into you, but I got herpes," you gonna say, "Put your clothes on and take your ass home."
Absolutely.
For sure,
And I
but
do
give me
talk
that right.
but I talk
Shit.
about it in the
To be rejected.
Yeah, I talk about it in the book, Heavenly. You really do need to get more into the relationship and understand. Like, if you meet them on the first date, and I say it very clearly in my book, and you say, "Hey, Heavenly, by the way, I have herpes," you're not going to give them another
I
date.
need speed dating. You can't waste my time like that, okay? We need to speed. What's your credit score, boo? We need to know everything. Have you ever been with a man? Well, do you have any STIs? We need to learn all that shit on the first date so we go any further.
Some of them you can work through.
Right.
Believe it or not, and you're a doctor, you know,
I don't want to.
herpes is one of those things, and Dr. Jackie, correct me if I'm wrong, you can work with that.
Yes,
I mean,
you can.
Would you work with it?
Well,
Jackie gonna be politically correct, but
No.
if she think just like I fucking do, she's not finna work with that. If nigga find out she got herpes,
okay,
let's get to the herb.
I'm like the other people y'all just talked about. I would have to wait until we engaged to work with that. You'd have to have me all in love.
But you see why he waited then.
Most definitely, I understand why he waited.
Well, then you talked about choices, taking away choices. Let's say there's no STI that's known, but you're still having sex with somebody outside of a relationship. You're still taking away a person's choices and giving them the risk that they would not have signed up for. So even with cheating, you're no known STIs, you still are taking away my choice. So
That's true.
people cheat and take away your choices. And you've said yourself you would forgive your husband.
I would.
So he could have exposed you to an STI if you were forgiving your husband.
But that's because we're married and we've been married 25 years. Don't let me meet a nigga and we 6 months in, a black man, I'm sorry, and we 6 months in or 3 months in and I'm not, you know what I'm saying, totally committed. Our credit score ain't together. Our taxes ain't together. Then I got a choice, and my choice might be to just dip.
But we're talking to women who may be married and they find out later that their husband was involved with another man or their husband had herpes or something. You are in a committed relationship and you took a vow to kind of forgive him for that.
That's a lot for me. I mean, everybody got their breaking points. That's a lot
But
for me.
you know, that happens a lot, and
Yeah.
let's not pretend that in married situations, people typically don't use protection.
Right.
You know, because they're comfortable, and that is an issue when somebody steps out. And you got to also recognize, too, there's people walking around here carrying a host of diseases in their pocketbook that they're not even aware of.
Right. Because, and believe it or not, this is 2020. People are not getting STI checks before starting sexual relationships. I see it every day.
Well, I wouldn't get checked because I feel like I ain't got shit because I ain't been with one person.
But that's
But
what.
you know what?
That's the problem.
That is, I'm going to be honest with you. I've never done that, and I don't know anybody in my social sphere that has said, okay, we're getting in a relationship, let's go to the clinic together. I mean, is that something people do?
It's something
did
I
it.
recommend.
I did it. I
people
swear to
do.
God, I did. I did.
I do recommend that you do. At least you know what you're coming into a relationship with. And you can't cast blame, because even with HPV, human papillomavirus, which I think is ubiquitous, everybody has it or will at some point. Even with that, women
I ain't
want
got that shit.
You got it, Dr.
I ain't got that shit. I'm letting you know right now, I ain't got that shit. No, I don't. Everybody but me. And Daddy.
Okay, everybody but Heavenly and Damon. I still think that women start asking the question, and I talk about it in the book, where do you think I got that from? And they have no baseline to come and say, I went into the relationship, I was herpes negative, HPV negative, no chlamydia, no gonorrhea, no HIV, no syphilis. You know, they can't, you have no baseline. And so I think if you enter into a new relationship that's going to involve unprotected sex or the exchange of secretions, period, you should probably do a battery of tests to at least have your own base. You can come back with your papers. I had my papers.
Say I got my papers. You know, I think the bigger issue or the bigger evolution that we need to do in 2020 is remove the stigma off of sex and recognize that it is something that is natural. Because I always tell people, and we look at people who contract an STI and we stigmatize them and think they're nasty or something. But I always tell people there's no difference between somebody contracting an STD or STI and you accidentally getting pregnant. It's the same act. It's the same act.
Okay, it is the same act. The consequences may be a little different.
They're different.
But you are right.
Same thing.
I wrote the book, and you're right. I wrote this book because so many women are afraid to talk about their feminine and sexual health that they whisper. I gave a test in the book, and there are certain women who will sit in the exam room and go, and it's nobody but me and that person in the room because they're afraid to say the word vagina. They still call it everything but vagina. And we come out of the womb with your mama telling you not to say the word vagina. But you're actually right. People are taught, young women especially, are taught to feel like sex is nasty and dirty and you shouldn't be talking about it. And this man, it's...
If I caught an STI, I wouldn't tell nobody. I go get this shit cleared up. I wouldn't even tell the man who gave it to me. I just wouldn't deal with him no more.
So you ain't got to worry about that.
You ain't got to, what you say?
The health department will, so you ain't got to worry about that.
How you know that? How do you know that, sir? How do you know that? Is that common knowledge?
I don't been around the block or two.
Okay.
Well, let me just tell you, Quentin, if you have the right doctor and we find out you have chlamydia, and I can treat Dr. Heavenly and her source agrees.
And you know what? I would allow her to treat my chlamydia because I don't think she'll say nothing.
And I never will tell
On
her.
reality TV, if we felt like you wouldn't tell everybody I had chlamydia.
No. And that's why
That's what Mariah would. You wrong for that.
But I know, and people call me boring, don't they? Because I wouldn't tell on it.
You know the people be feeling some kind of way when they hear you talk about them funky. She throwing that shit out there. You done called the bitch boring. Now, did you lie?
I caught it.
You caught that?
I would not tell. I just don't think that is my place. I don't ever get that upset. That I did not. You know
Okay,
it.
I'm just playing.
No, I did. Okay, but it's been on the internet for 3 years already.
10 years, bitch. Let's correct it. It's been on the internet for 10 years. It wasn't no secret.
But I will say this, Dr. Jackie. I don't know if you've seen my video. You wrote the rule book on how to give somebody an apology, to shut them down and never bring up that issue.
Sure did. They'd be wrong to bring that shit back.
Apologize to that woman in such a way that I want to go get a PhD in how to apologize.
Okay.
That was good.
But thank you so much for sharing with us. We thought you would be very open and honest and very befitting for this topic with us.
Indeed.
Because we know that's a hard conversation to have. And in today's society, having been bisexual means you choose both partners, that there may be a conversation that a lot of women and men are going to have.
But let me ask you this, Dr. Jackie, before we get out of here. A lot of women from the rumor mill think that their likelihood of contracting an STD is higher if they're involved with a man that has been involved with men. Is that true or false?
Oh no, it's higher with a man who has had sex with anybody, who has sex with anybody, who has sex with anybody, not just a homosexual or bisexual. No, it's just high.
Because you hear a lot of women, especially on online forums, saying that's why black women got HIV now, because these men going around messing with men, or these DL men. And I hate that, because I'm like, but when your husband goes to the strip club and is buying...
That's right, stay at the damn strip club.
And all this type of stuff, the likelihood of you contracting something is equally as high as if he's out there messing
with them hoes, right? Because them hoes is having sex at them strip clubs.
Do you see the one side of your husband left and said, you want sex?
She showed the hell did and put her funky ass drawers on his head. Now I'm getting mad all over the goddamn again. The bitch did that. She asked him if he wanted sex.
But
suppose he would have been out of his mind and been drinking too much and said, you know what, baby, let's go and just suck my dick.
Suppose he would have had an extra $40 in his pocket.
Fuck you. Nah. Okay. You done had enough. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr.
Thank
Jackie. I'll
you.
see y'all later.
And make sure you tell everybody to get their copy of the Queen V.
I sure will.
Take a picture with the book I got you and show them you learn about the vagina.
Let me
for
let me
us.
show my book
Because
right
you
now.
know what? I want to destigmatize sex.
Do you have on any clothes? Boy, put you some drawers on.
Right, there you go. Would you show
Okay,
them? Look
there
what
you
he
go.
has in his hand. Show the people. That's right. Because I want women to be able to talk about their sexual and feminine health and protect that part of their body like it's royalty.
Most definitely.
Now, thank you.
Dr. Heavenly, I will talk to y'all later. I'll see you later.
Bye
All right,
bye.
thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you, sir.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
He's excellent, isn't he?
Very open and honest.
Very open and honest. And I think he brought a very valid side to it that if you catch somebody with the chances are they probably will be with a man because that's what they do. So if you got a problem with that part, then it's because we in a society where we feel like most people cheat. Most men. Now I ain't gonna never say all to anything, but most men cheat at some point.
And Dr. Heavenly's not going to ruin my day, so we're going to close this out. This is
No,
Dr.
no, no,
Jackie
we
and
ain't talking
Dr.
about you. Why
Heavenly
you
with
always making
Open
shit
and
about
Honest.
you?
And make sure you subscribe. You push the button. Do everything you got to do, but we got to get out of
bitch
here.
in the world that had a man to cheat. A lot of bitches had somebody cheat. I'm not talking about you.
Okay. Thank you.